They played a lot of Magic, but I think if you want to if you are a serious competitive player, you come to win a tournament and you don't come to run out of energy in the finals.
We
So
are finishing up the
uh,
standard open over in the Canada
if you
area.
want
It
to,
is the
basically
standard
one of my
open
things is
finals for yesterday's tournament. You want to
like
take a peek over
whenever
there?
somebody complains about 10 rounds or
Nice
whatever,
matchup
Yeah.
9 rounds
between
of what
Aaron and
a long tournament, I'm
Yeah.
like, this is what you signed up for. If you don't want to play
Yeah.
a 13, if you don't want to play 13 rounds of Magic, and you're probably not going to win the tournament
No.
if you're not willing to play a lot of Magic. There's a lot of players. You got to play a lot of Magic to defeat them all.
Yeah, and okay, it looks like Harrison is going to uh, mull to sit. They're both going to mull down.
Yeah, being friendly.
For those of you just joining us, this is the finals of the Star City Games Open Series in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm Robert Martin, joined in the booth by Adam Prozac, who is on his back-to-back weekend Star City Game Open Series workload. We are in, I would say, the Indianapolis. One thing nice about Indianapolis is, like we talked about, is it has a wonderful downtown. There's just so many places to
Absolutely.
go and so many things to do and so many options. I mean, this weekend they had if you like basketball, they had the WNBA Finals game here. The Indianapolis Colts are playing the Cleveland Browns today.
Yeah, so you got a sort of NFL game.
Sort of.
Really, really digging my family. My family's from
Ah.
Cleveland, and they're Browns fans.
Okay, I had to live through the fact that Indianapolis beat Green Bay, so.
Yeah.
All right, but there are lots of things to do down here. The restaurants down here are absolutely wonderful. Gen Con, obviously.
Yeah, not this weekend, but
No. But yeah, and Star City Games, we're here a lot. We had an invitational here. At least, I believe they've been here twice this year already. So, Indianapolis, one of the nice towns for Star City Games Open. Obviously, well attended. 457 yesterday. Looks like a fairly large crowd today for Legacy. So, we could be having 9 rounds of Legacy today potentially. All right, let's see if they can play with 6 here.
so as decks go, I definitely like Rob's chances. His deck seems to mulligan much better. He has the fixing cards. It looks like
Oh,
Harrison like laid out 7 cards,
yeah.
but he didn't draw them, so he's not gonna take a penalty. It's just a matter of uh, which card goes where. He just real quickly, the table judge is saying what you do or whatever. Like it would be absurd if Harrison had any sort of penalty whatsoever. It's just a matter of protocol.
He didn't pick up the cards,
Yeah.
and he played it down, and he showed how he laid them out. So that would be
Yeah.
the way he fans them out, how he draws his cards. That is the actual 7th card. But we'll see here. Maybe Harrison will multiply. All right, there looks like Rob's going to keep his hand.
Rob has not looked at his hand. He's
Oh, okay.
waiting for Harrison to
All right.
decide. Harrison does not look like his hand is very nice. So he's going to go to 5. All right, Rob's going to join him on 5.
Well, this is okay. So now that we've gone to 5,
I like Rob's chances even more.
okay, I was going to say. I mean, this seems to help the Reanimator deck more than the Jund deck. I
The Jund deck has to draw a nice mix of land spells and threats, and with 5 cards, he's much less likely to do so. Rob does have to piece together some certain things, like Rob definitely has a much higher fail rate for his deck. Like his deck just doesn't do anything in a particular game, whereas Harrison's deck his draw might not be good, but at least his bad draws are playable. Whereas when you have like this combo deck, like semi-combo deck, if a bad mulch from Rob, or like he's also 4 colors. he's not guaranteed to be able to hit his colors with just 5 cards. So like,
Okay.
the other thing is like a faithless looting will definitely take him even lower on cards, and be less likely to discard cards that are excellent in your graveyard.
Well, he needs to get to a turn 2 mulch to be able to maybe get 2 or 3 lands to get back in his hand, just so he has the card count to be able to go.
Does have the advantage of also being on the draw. When both players mull to 5, if Harrison could switch his choice, if he could choose the draw now, then he would absolutely do that.
Yeah, well, if he knew he was going to go to 5 when he started this match, yes, you're correct. He
Yeah.
would have done that in a heartbeat.
But for a lot of decks, especially decks I like to play, 5 cards is not a death sentence. Obviously, it's not going to be a huge cripple fight where neither player does anything.
All right, guys, let's see. We go here. We're going to go down to 5. We will have.
Hopefully, we have a similar developed game.
Looks like I see 2 land in his hand, if I'm not correct, by Rob. Oh,
Just kidding. Are we 4 apiece? All right, we're having a real match here.
we're having a mull fest.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I saw on camera to both players mull to 4.
It doesn't happen very often.
No. This is definitely going to be potentially a slow starting match with them both at 4 cards. But with 4 here, what are you looking to just get from 4 cards now?
A land.
Just a land.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
When you're on 5, you don't need much more than a land
Yeah.
to keep.
I think there was a story of Paul Rizzo, who's working this weekend with SCG Black at the Pro Tour, who had a story about him mulling to 3, but playing his Boros version of the deck and being able to go turn 1 dude, turn 2 draw a land, play second dude, and start swinging in so fast that he ended up getting so far ahead he ended up winning the match, going down to 3.
I've won a match. I've won a match on 3 cards, or won a game on 3 cards, and I've actually won a game mulling to 2.
2.
2.
Okay, explain when you got to 2. What did you have, and how did you manage to pull that off?
My 2 cards were Island and Merfolk Looter, and I was playing a Blue Green Madness deck.
Okay, what were you playing against?
It was the mirror.
Oh, it was the Mare.
So basically, the way the old Blue Green Madness decks work is if you had Merfolk Looter and would just discard cards you wanted to discard every time, is like you're basically drawing a card and making mana every turn. Merfolk Looter was the best card in those matchups, and you could basically win off just a Merfolk Looter. And I drew a land on turn 2, with a turn 2 looter, and a couple deep analysis, arrogant worms later, it's like I never mulled at all.
Wow, that's quite impressive. Okay, well,
My 3-card hand was I was playing Valakut, and my opponent cast a Goblin Guide.
and he was giving you free land.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for playing that Goblin Guide. I will take that land.
So it's like I didn't mulligan at all.
Okay, well, they're both going to play 4. Okay, Harrison, land.
Okay, so at least not a complete mana screw. It doesn't look like Rob, I might have a mulch, hopefully, for him.
Oh, Rectus
So,
Roll.
excellent 4-card hand for Harrison Deemer. Jeez.
Land, and a 3/1 now that
Alright.
can come out and do something. So
I think we're going to see Centaur Healer for Rob. So, excellent 4-card hands for both players. Like a 3-mana card on 3 is all you can really ask for when you have 4 cards. That means the cards you draw will likely be playable. You may not have much to work with like right now, but at least the top of your deck is live. You're not looking for, a land just to play your first spell or something like that.
Looked like he flashed on the screen real quick a Forest and a Dreadbore.
Okay.
If he would like to unfortunately, he can't do both
Mm-hmm.
because he does not have that. The forest will not give him the other color he needs to kill the Centaur Healer and swing with the Rakdos Ruin.
Yeah, I can't imagine he has very many options that he likes.
All right. He will play the
This
forest.
If he plays a Thragtusk here, I'm going to be very mad. Alright.
Still swing. Rob will go down to 19 or 18.
Another Centaur Healer for Rob.
Oh, that'll be nice. Harrison's down to 17. Rob is unfortunately at 3 lands only. Has Thragtusk, Restoration Angel in his hand. So if he can get to 4 and 5, he's got ability to do something here. There's a
His key runes are now going to play defense against the double healer.
kid looks like he drew another,
Yeah, gonna go to the air and Lingering Souls.
yeah, another Thragtusk. So I believe Rob's hand is Thragtusk, Thragtusk, Restoration Angel.
So Harrison with at least a couple cards in his hand. He holds his cards close to the chest. Big meanie face.
Okay, well,
The Kessig Wolf Run comes down, and Harrison's actually in a very enviable spot when you start with 4 cards. You actually want to be quite mana flooded. This means cards that you draw are going to be live. Like, much rather be Harrison here, where any creature he draws is good. Whereas if Rob gets out of his draws a land, he still can't cast his cards.
it does have a Restoration Angel.
Yeah.
That's it. But it looks like we can't tell what card he drew now, but he's still at 3 land. Harrison now up to 7 land. Another Thragtusk by
Yeah. So Rob has quite a few dead. Like, they both have quite a few dead draws. The problem is Rob's multiple cards away from getting out of his issues, whereas Harrison's 1 card away from getting like an Olivia or even like a Thragtusk. Pretty much forces Rob to get multiple cards in a row. Well, we know that Rob. Okay, there's a Thragtusk. That's excellent.
Okay, time to put Harrison back up to 18. Now he poses a threat here on offense now.
Yeah, more Thragtusk for Rob. So he is not drawn out of his mana screw, but 2 Lingering Souls tokens comes over.
Because now he has the ability to activate the Rakdos Ruin and pump one of the creatures up with the Kessig Wolf Run. Pump it up 2.
Yeah, if he attacked with his Q, it would get double blocked by the Centaur Healers, and they would trade in. Harrison does not want to trade one of his 2 creatures for Rob's Centaur Healer. He does not want to trade a Rakdos Q for a Centaur Healer effectively.
Thragtusk
So
will
he should not
trample.
attack, with the Key Rune. The Thragtusk, on the other hand, represent quite a bit. Other option Harrison has is he has a Dreadbore in his hand. So he could conceivably Dreadbore one of the Centaur Healers, then attack with both creatures. That'd actually be very good for... I might have gone with that play, aggressive. He's got the advantage right now. But he's going to go with the... either trade with the Centaur Healer, or he might cast a Wolf Run for... Okay, he's going to Wolf Run for 2. That's going to effectively deal 4 extra damage because the Thragtusk will now trample for 2, in addition to the 2 that Wolf Run provides. So Rob falls to 17. Harrison makes his Beast.
Still saves mana for his Dreadbore that's in his hand.
And the Key Rune activation.
Yeah. So Harrison does have options on defense on the way back. He will play another Blood Crypt and pass his turn.
So another dead draw from Rob. I mean, so the thing about playing Reanimator, he's going to have a lot of dead draws. He's done with his attacking with spirits. Not sure I agree with that. They're not really doing much blocking because of the Kessig Wolf run, but yeah, Harrison could very easily fire up the key rune and send in with both creatures. One thing that Harrison actually wants to do, he may not know it because he doesn't know about the Restoration Angel in Rob's hand, but a Restoration Angel giving him 3 extra life is actually a big deal. So Harrison either he smells it out or just wants to push his advantage with the beast, and he's gonna block, and Wolf Run's going to pump for 4, so it's gonna trample over for 6 damage, bring Rob to 11, and jeez, I think Harrison's out of cards, and
He drew a mulch though.
yeah, that's one of his better draws. So Faithless Looting, Dreadbore, Craterhoof Behemoth, Dreadbore,
No land.
swing and a miss.
Yeah, I think that's it for Rob. I don't think there's really much he can do here because next turn he can just make that beast trample through for an awful lot.
Yeah, I mean, did hit a Faithless Looting, but I don't think he has that kind of time.
No,
Uh,
especially with another land.
okay.
That's going to be he's going to be able to pump it up by 8.
This might even be lethal as it exists. So pump for 4, 8. Okay, so he's going to pump for 7. That's going to bring Rob to 2. And Pillar of Flame
There you go.
finishes Rob off.
Well,
So quite the game 1. You saw why it's much better to be mana flooded than mana screwed
Yes.
in a multi-4 match.
yeah, like I said, I haven't had the pleasure of seeing a multi-4 match, but yeah, I mean, Rob, he had his opportunities, kept hitting Thragtusk. I think he drew 3 Thragtusk winners. It is trivia time. Okay, we have for 1 year
1 year of Star City Games Premium. You can tweet some answers. Rob's going to ask a question,
Okay.
and you tweet your answers to SCG Premium. Hashtag SCG Premium.
Yes.
You can put
Okay.
whatever else you want in there.
Yeah,
Put the answer, put hashtag SCG Premium.
and you can win 1 year.
1 year, a full year.
Now,
We don't even know what the code name for the sets that are going to be out. When you're going to see Jerry Thompson dissecting, or Patrick State.
Chapin.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make this the easiest 1 year question ever.
Wow.
I'm going to make
Easy?
this. I feel like
All
it's
right.
the day after Sweetest Day, and I feel like I should be giving to you. So I'm going to make this the easiest question possible for 1 year of Star
Okay.
City Games Premium. What show moved from the premium side back to the free side of SCG? And it's the most popular show out there.
All right.
For 1 year. You name the show, and
Name a show that's a long-running show
long-running show.
on Star City Games.
Yes.
Used to be premium, is now free.
Yes, and you will win 1 year of SCG Premium.
So, yeah, get your answers in. You have until the end of this match
Yes, and
to get your answers in.
I don't know. I just felt like this is an opportunity. If you're here on Sunday morning, that it's one of my favorite shows. I look forward to seeing it every 2 weeks. I mean, I as a Star City Games Premium person did not mind the fact that it was on Premium, but the show was based in the beginning from being on free. And now it's back to free, which is good, and I love it, and the people love it. Okay, so we are back for game 2. We're gonna look at the sideboards here.
Yeah, so I thought Rob was at a huge advantage game 1. However, his, you have to draw cards. You have to play all, lands of all your colors. He did not. So now Rob has the unenviable task of defeating 4 Deathrite Shaman from Harrison's deck. If Harrison can stick a Deathrite Shaman, I believe he will be experience great success.
Does he now, because he sees the deck list, is this the time to bring in Thundermaw Hellkite? Because if he gets Angels on the board, and he's at the point where he could swing through for lethal, he could play the Thundermaw Hellkite, tap all his Angels, and be able to potentially swing through a blockade for lethal.
Thundermaw Hellkite's an excellent card in Harrison's deck.
Yes.
He only has the one copy, but he definitely has the Thundermaw Hellkite has the ability to tap all the Lingering Souls or kill all the Lingering Soul tokens. They can't be pumped up. And then the other card I like is Zealous Conscripts from Harrison.
Take your Angel, swing at you with the Angel.
Yeah, take whatever.
Grizzlebrand.
Thragtusk, like he's on the aggressive here.
He's got a lot of cards he can bring in here. You said the Deathrite Shaman, he'll bring in all 4.
Yes.
1 Thundermaw Hellkite, 1 Zealous Conscript, that's 6 cards. Liliana doesn't make any really help him that much. The Duress won't. This is where, if those 2 Duresses were Appetite for Brains.
Yeah, this is definitely an instance where Harrison wishes he had Appetite for Brains. Duress might be the card at like getting out counter spells, but Appetite for Brains is definitely one of the stronger anti reanimator cards. It would be the fantastic in this matchup on either side, really. Rob, on the other hand, is not going to have a ton of things that I want to bring in, but I think he's just going to. I might actually not sideboard in anything. I could see maybe the Sever the Bloodline, just because he knows Deathrite Shaman's going to be in play.
Yeah.
So Rob's gonna. It's basically all removal spells on deck for Rob. I'm gonna even see his Bonfire actually, but I'm not a huge fan of the Bonfire for Rob, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it.
Yeah, well, because the Bonfire, at least in his case, he doesn't have the penalty that a lot of times when you play Bonfire, like against zombies, the penalty of having the zombies come back right away and you lose 2 life or anything like that.
There's a penalty of you're not really killing much for less than 5 mana.
But that's when he's trying to pull it. I mean, how many, except for last game, we've seen Rob play plenty of times this weekend, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana, and that's not a problem for him at all. So hopefully this game, they can both not play to 4. Hopefully we will see 7-on-7 card magic, which allows both of them to play their cards to their maximum abilities.
I like when players have to struggle to function. It actually rewards good deck building if your deck can function on low amounts of cards. I definitely like to build my decks to mulligan well, and play on a variety of hands. So if you're needing certain sequences of cards and you have to play everything, then like these 4-color animated deck, it's definitely very powerful. But I would imagine it just has a fail rate. It's probably an acceptable fail rate. Like generally all combo decks just like kind of sit there and do nothing. You see that in Legacy quite a bit, where just a deck's internal fail rate. Anytime a deck cannot be a draft deck, basically. That's what I consider a fail rate for a constructed deck.
Yeah.
If somebody's going to beat you with, a couple unleashed guys, and
I'm kind of shocked we're not seeing. I mean, like in this matchup, Unleashed would do so much damage early and be able to get out there so far ahead, but they don't have finishers. So it's almost like they need like a starting set of creatures that hit and then have something bigger at the end game. Kind of like what Harrison can do with his Thundermaw Hellkite, to be able to play through, hit enough damage, and then Thundermaw Hellkite in for the win. Okay, we have a Blood Crypt by Rob. Pass his turn.
So looks like 6 fewer mulligans in this game than last game.
All right, Harrison will play the Blood Crypt. This could lead to Deathrite Shaman. Duress.
Duress is actually can be good. It's only good on this turn. But either fortunately or unfortunately for Rob, he does not have The mulch, the grizzly salvage, even a faithless looting would be a reasonable card to take. Does have a nice spread of lands and spells.
He will be able to play Centaur Healer in turn 3, which will give him additional life.
And assuming that he is able to find lands 4 and 5, he's going to have quite the flow of Thragtusk, because he has he's going to want to hard cast his Umbrella Rights more likely. I think perfect draw from Rob.
Okay.
Oh, that's. You actually can't play the Centaur Healer. That's a Sunpetal Grove, and I believe the third land in Rob's hand is another Blood Crypt.
Oh, okay. I apologize for that. Okay, so Harrison.
Actually, don't like Rob's sequencing of lands. Then I would have definitely played the Sunpetal Grove on turn 1, because it's going to come into play tapped, and this actually cost him a turn 2 mulch. So we have Umbrella Rights, Vault of the Archangel, Dreadbore, and Centaur Healer. So one of the things if you want to build a 4-color Reanimator deck, notice that Rob played multiple cards there that he really doesn't want in his mulches. The Dreadbore, I'm not a huge fan of that. But I guess you need something to kill Deathrite Shaman.
Yes.
But notice that when you have the anti-hate cards, that your main engine is going to get weaker.
Okay, through the mulches and the Faithless Looting, Rob did not hit an angel. So we saw Thragtusk go into the graveyard along with a Unburial Rights.
Yeah, there's a second copy of Unburial Rights. There's one hit on the mulch as well. So Rob's got 2 Unburial Rights and a Thragtusk. So Harrison, hope he likes beating Thragtusks. Like we'll have a Key Rune. That's one way to beat a Thragtusk. That's actually very good for Harrison. If Rob's on the attack with Thragtusk plan. But looks like Rob's on the beat you with Olivia plan.
Okay, well now Harrison's at 4 mana. Potentially 5 here with a land. And we're back. It's okay. There's Olivia. Alright. Met with a Dreadbore.
Dreadbore takes out the Olivia Voldaren, and Rakdos Kirun swings in for 3 damage.
Alright. So that will take Rob down to 15.
We just drew an Angel of Serenity, which is obviously very powerful. He's going to play an untapped Temple Garden, and we're going to see Thragtusk.
Lose 2 life to gain 5 life to put a 5/3 creature out on the board. It's not exactly the worst exchange. +3 with a 5/3 out on the board.
Alright, so Rob has Centaur Healer and Angel of Serenity in hand. 2 Unburial Rights in his graveyard.
And he also has a Faithless Looting, I believe, in his graveyard also. So next turn he can put the angel in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Harrison deciding how he wants to attack. Basically, what he knows is going to be an endless stream of threats. He's going to have to deal with some Thragtusk or Olivia's turn after turn for quite a while. He's going to fight Thragtusk with Thragtusk. Perfect.
Takes Harrison up to 23. He'll pass back. This could be a Faithless Looting from the graveyard to help set it up.
It's, yep, called it. The flashback of the Faithless Looting.
We'll go the angel and another card. Hopefully he's able to throw... Oh, there's another angel. 2 angels to the graveyard.
So what that's going to do for him is...
and a grizzly salvage. Now there's the behemoth right there. Grizzly Savage, for those of you that don't know, it's an instant. Top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature or land among those into your hand, the rest in the graveyard. He will play land, go.
He's going to pass and not attack with his Strike Tusk. Reasonable for him.
He's got
he's
next
got
turn.
He's got the long game locked up.
Yeah, next turn is when we see Rob start to make his move on this game. Yeah, Harrison going to look at that graveyard, not like what he sees with 2 Angels, 2 Unburial Rights.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Harrison that no matter what he draws, his graveyard removal actually has summoning sickness. So his Deathrite Shamans only good if they come down early and stay in play.
Yeah, you almost wonder in his case is it if this goes to game 3, and Harrison did put the 4 of them in his deck, which we're assuming that he did. If he did, is this a case where he may have to mull to try to hit a Deathrite Shaman just so he has it right away for an answer?
Not necessarily. I mean, as you saw, like game 1, granted it was not a high-powered game, but Harrison does have the ability to win a fair game. Problem for Harrison this game has really been his relative lack of spells. Once again, he seems to be quite flooded once again. He's got a couple options, but like they're definitely going to pale in comparison to Rob's options.
Yeah, he's got to come up with something fairly quick here, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting because the next 2 turns for Rob are going to be huge.
So nice to see Harrison's hand as he thinks his game over. So looks like he's going to get aggressive. I like that play. He's going to deal a nice solid 13 points with his Zealous Conscripts.
Well, there's the 1 card we thought he'd bring in, and that will take Rob down to 5.
So I'm actually thinking, can Rob even play a Angel Serenity? He could risk losing to a Rakdos Return, a Thundermaw Hellkite.
Thundermaw, that would be a great setup if he just set up Thundermaw Hellkite there.
I did actually set it up. I don't think Harrison has a way to deal Rob the final 5 points now.
Okay.
He thought for a very long time on this turn. There's no way Harrison takes for that long if he has something to deal 5.
Well, you would think this turn he's got to do the Unburial Rights for the Angel.
I mean, he actually has to think. He has the option to get another Thrag Tusk. Let's see if he uncovers his land. Does he have 7? He only has 6. I don't like this Faithless Looting. Yeah, his hand's about as good as it's gonna get. So Faithless Looting would just be a Thought Scour if he cast it, because you can almost guarantee that Rob would discard the 2 cards that he draws. I would actually like to see a Thragtusk this turn from Rob.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the good percentage play there. If he's not going to use those cards for anything.
But he is. They're 2 of the better cards he can have.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is if he's not going to be able to get any mileage out of the 2 cards he's looted. Yeah, okay, you're right.
So, yeah, Faithless Looting likely to discard the 2 cards that he just drew. He's going to discard. Okay, discard a Centaur Healer instead. But casting Thragtusk brings him up to 10 life, and he decided that he wanted a land over a Centaur Healer.
Sever the Bloodline. That would eliminate the 5/3s with beast tokens out there. But
yeah, it also eliminate Harrison's Thragtusk.
That's
as well.
That's two.
So not the greatest play.
Ideal play, but Well, Thunder Mile Hellkite would get through, and that would put him down to 5.
If Harrison does have his Singleton Thundermaw Hellkite, I would probably not play it this turn. You want to wait for the Angel Serenity to come into play.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would like to see a Keyrune activation from Harrison, unless he has a. I can't imagine there being too many cards that Harrison would want to play over activating a Keyrune and attacking. Like, basically, he's a. It's going to be tough for Harrison to deal Rob 10 with the threat of the Angels looming.
Yeah.
That's why this Thragtusk play was excellent. It'd be one thing if Harrison had more copies of Zealous Conscripts in his deck, but he does not.
Which is kind of surprising because you would think with all the big bombs out there that Zealous Conscripts, instead of being a 1 of, might have been like a 2 or 3 of.
I mean, how many 5 mana cards do you want to play?
I understand that, but you could give up something in exchange for it.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you already got Thundermaw, Hellkite, and Thragtusk competing for slots.
Well,
That's why you don't see a lot of other cards. I mean, you can only play so many cards that cost 5. Like, he's already playing a lot of expensive cards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Harrison's in a tough spot where he really doesn't want to play a creature because it's just going to get eaten up by the Angel Serenity, especially if he does not have a removal spell. If he has a removal spell, it might be a little different. It's just like an unsummon.
there's Thundermaw.
There's a Thundermaw, so he does have that. So Rob's Thragtusk play definitely, absolutely correct.
Yeah.
All right, so
There's the Shaman, which would have been nice 2 turns ago.
all right, so
So he's going to play the Unburial Rites. He's going to get the Angel. He will take out the Thundermaw Hellkite.
yeah, the Deathwatch Shaman for sure, and he could probably take out like maybe one of his own Centaur healers.
Okay.
Maybe one of his own Thragtusk, depending on what he wants to do. But I might leave the Thragtusk in the graveyard for further Unburial Rites things. He's at a precarious 5 life. Definitely think. Yeah, I mean Harrison would need, and I doubt the copies of Rakdos Return are even in Harrison's deck, but that's a card he needs. Harrison's already drawn his 1 of 5 mana cards.
I know we can't see his hand, but I mean, he does have some other options. I mean, he does have something like a Restoration Angel to blink in to gain another 5 life. Granted, it won't stop the Thundermaw Hellkite, but he could. Okay, so he's going to just play a land.
Okay, so he's actually going to flashback both of his Unburial Rites this turn. It'd be interesting if he gets both Angels.
Okay, so he does. He's taking his Zealous Conscripts also.
Oh wow, he's just going to win the game instead, I believe. All right, so these Thragtusts are going to be 9/7s.
Mm-hmm.
The Crater Hoof Behemoth is now a 9/9, and that's lethal. All right, so Rob found the play and wins game 2.
Yeah, that went into the graveyard really early.
Yeah, it was there. It just didn't feel like Rob was in any sort of position to deal Harrison lethal.
Wow.
I was ready for lines for Rob to survive, but it's
very interesting game too. We thought Harrison had him on the ropes potentially, but Rob with the Angel Crater Hoof play to be able to swing for lethal, taking this game to game 3.
Yeah, and it wasn't a lethal attack by very much. Harrison was at 23 and had was facing 27 points of trample damage, and only had 3 toughness worth of blockers. So it was only a lethal attack by 1 point. So yeah, Rob had to draw an 8th land so he could get both on barrel rights, and then also see that line. So good play good heads up play by Rob.
Oh.
I might have done something like, Unbarrel Rights, Thrag Tusk, and Angel Serenity
Okay.
type thing.
Well, for those of you just joining us, this is the finals of the Standard Star City Games Open Series in Indianapolis, Indiana. You can reach us at SCG Live or hashtag SCGINDY. We are trying to answer your questions all weekend long as we've been getting them. This is Game 3 between Harrison Deemer and Jund Midrange against Rob Vaca and 4-Color Reanimator. If you missed it, Game 1, they both mulled to 4. Harrison managed to work his way through where Rob was little lands.
Yeah, Harrison was very mana flooded.
Yes.
Rob was very mana screwed.
And that worked well.
Yeah, that advantage Harrison. He could cast the few spells that he drew, whereas Rob had neither lands nor spells to do anything with. Harrison basically just beat him down with not much more than a Rakdos Key Rune, a Thrag Tusk, and a Castle Wolfram.
Yeah, at the time when Rob, the game ended for Rob, he had 1 Restoration Angel and 3 Thrag Tusk, which he drew in a row on his last 3 turns when he could have used 1 mana to do something to be able to potentially at least do something to stabilize the board. Game 2, Harrison looked like he had Rob on the ropes, but double Unburial Rights for Restoration Angel and Crater Hoof Behemoth, and swung through for 27 for lethal to tie this game up at 1 each. You've seen a little of everything so far today. You've seen both decks operate at its worst, and in Rob's case, you saw his work at pretty much almost full strength with what it can do with the cards in the graveyard and what it can do. Mm-hmm. So, Game 3 here. They're going to both shuffle up here. And it was, like I said, this weekend in general was a very, very, very fun weekend for Magic so far for Standard. Hopefully we're seeing archetypes start to form because, as you can say, it's very early, and I'm excited for Gate Crash, if you ask me. Can't wait.
I don't even know what's in this set. But
Can't wait to see that.
Looks like we have players have drawn their hands. Hopefully we can get see what's going on for both players.
Looks like he has at least an angel in his hand. Is that 2 blood?
Alright,
2 blood crypts?
Keep from Harrison. He's on the play. Mulligan for Rob, but he has the he gets the ability to draw first to make up for his mulligan.
Okay, so if Harrison starts out this game, ideal first turn play for him, land, Deathrite Shaman, get out that in the board right away, to be able to, threaten Rob with anything that he puts into that graveyard that could potentially go away.
Attention Magic players in the Legacy Open. Your seatings for the player meeting have been posted. Please find your name and find your seat.
And so, Rob, showing up for 6 cards. Possibly, I'm interested to see what kind of range of hands that a player would keep with a 4-color deck that requires some very specific cards early on. He definitely saw Game 2 is willing to keep a hand without much of the early enablers. He kept a hand with lands, but no mulch, grizzly salvage, or faithless looting. So he's definitely willing to keep, if his mana base was intact, then it was that game.
Yeah.
And he had a centaur healer to buy himself some time, but not like his best hands, but he definitely was willing to keep it. Looks like is that an Ancient Grudge? There is 1 copy of Ancient Grudge in Rob's sideboard, and it looked like he brought it in.
Okay, he's going to go to 5 now.
Yep.
That will definitely give Harrison
a huge leg up.
a huge leg up on this match. Let's hope Rob does not go to 4. Like Game 1. Okay, Harrison getting a phone call while here. The judge allowed it,
Yeah.
which I find very interesting because didn't we have a thing that said we are not supposed to get phone calls during?
You're not supposed to get phone
Okay,
calls during
alright.
matches, but
Well, it's not like they don't know everything. They have each other's list. There's no tech advantage they could get from having someone calling them if they did.
yeah. The other thing is, they do make exceptions for like real life
Yeah.
scenarios or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you want to come to a tournament and like you're like some sort of you're on call for whatever you do, or have a legitimate reason to take a phone call during a tournament. It's generally allowed, but no calling up your friends to be like, hey man,
I see you
how
on. I
doing?
see you on coverage,
Dude.
man. You're in the finals.
Dude, good luck in game 3.
Yeah. I think he mulled the 5. Yes, he did. Thank you.
It's like I was there.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like Rob just keeps a bunch of lands. He's got 4 lands, and I'm not sure what the spell is. But I mean, 4 lands when you have a particularly ambitious mana base like Rob does with his 4-color deck.
Okay, turn 2. Farseek.
Alright, first Farseek of the match. Definitely think games go far differently with John when they draw Farseek and when they don't. You can definitely be an aggressor when you have Farseek.
That would be his second blood grip he has in the play
Mm-hmm.
from the Farseek, which next turn will put him at 4. And then, like you said, his engine starts. He's got the ability to play Huntmaster next turn. Obviously, he can play one of the key runes because he'll have 4 mana. He only needs 3. Okay, blood grip pass turn. Pass turn.
And Deathrite Shaman coming down in time this game.
Yeah, if you're Rob, you really need to have some sort of answer for that quickly because even though he did draw the Faithless Looting, right now Harrison can start picking away at whatever Rob throws into that graveyard.
Yeah, much less impressive once your opponent has a Deathrite Shaman in play. Basically deciding if he wants to cast his Faithless Looting. I would not. You're basically going to be
Speeding up the
discarding 2
process for
manifests.
Harrison. He's going to be able to use it and take advantage of it like immediately. All right, Harrison has availability to all his mana. Swings in for 1.
Right, so Threat Test for Harrison. This rampant growth is actually rampant growth effect in Farseek was actually very important for Harrison. Him being able to play Thragtusk before Rob has 5 mana is very important. If one of Rob's potential plays would be to wait till he has 5 mana and then cast Faithless Looting and Unburial Rites on the same turn. However, this Faithless Looting here is going to be much less impressive, simply because he does not have the ability to cast.
And he did draw a land, another Faithless Looting off of it, so
I drew a Crater Hoof Behemoth for the turn, which I would imagine is going away. Even if Harrison can remove it, Rob does not want it in his hand. He's going to discard his 2 least valuable cards. I imagine it's the second copy of Faithless Looting, although one thing you could do is like potential if Harrison taps out again.
yes.
Unlikely, but not unreasonable, is the whole Faithless Looting into Angel Serenity combo.
Well,
Instead, he just decides to pass the turn, not cast his Faithless Looting. If I'm Harrison, I do not tap out with the Deathrite Shaman for the rest of the game.
I mean, let Thragtusk do the work now, and let him pick things out with the Deathrite Shaman as need be.
Keep all food and beverages off of the table. I can see a bunch of them out there now.
As you can hear in the background, if you hear it, they are doing the instructions for the Legacy event, what you should and should not be able to do. Rob swings in, Harrison swings in for 5 to take Rob down to 19.
Alright.
Plays in another Thragtusk.
Yeah, solid turn. 6 lanes very important for Harrison. Definitely needs to.
Electronic devices, while you are playing your match,
There's a Dreadbore.
you should not be using any electronics. This includes
so-
headphones, listening to music. We would like you to actually just play your match.
His own
if you're
Thragtusk.
communicating clearly.
Take him back up to
The exceptions
19.
to this are if you are active
Guess you're going to be able to remove if Faithless Looting at the end of
Yeah,
turn.
he's got to do something
Deal,
here at the end of
2
turn.
to Rob. Or he could gain 2, but I would actually prefer if Rob would lose 2. Yeah.
Also, if you want to use your phone
So
as a
the
light
Zealous
reading
Conscripts would be
device,
very
that's
lethal.
fine. Just make sure that it's out on the table where both players can see
Any
it.
other card would.
All right, with that being said, I'm going to hand you over to your head judge. His name
And the
is
Thragtusk is going to
He's a level 3
devolve
from Madrid,
into
Spain. Please welcome him.
quite the
Beast.
Thragtusk.
Hello! How
Oh.
are you doing, Indianapolis? Everything okay? Well, my name is David. You can call me David.
Quite the loud
Yes.
head judge in our
Yes.
tournament.
You
So
Apologize for
you
that.
can hear everything he's saying.
Well,
Oh,
maybe
probably
that's
over me.
Yes.
I'd like to thank.
So Harrison now will swing in with
Stars
both.
for inviting me
But what he could
to
use right now
this event.
Is one
you
of
know,
his
in
2
Europe,
Keswick Wolf runs right now. Drop that land on the board, and he pretty much is
awesome
going to be able
series.
to roll through the rest of this match.
Yeah.
Coverage.
An additional additional threat would be pretty impressive for Harrison as well.
Olivia.
One thing that he definitely wants to do is he wants to be able to win the turn in the next
Thank you, guys.
in the next two turns before Rob can. Before Rob can take over this game with an Angel Serenity. That's a very important thing for
Yes.
Harrison to be able to do.
All right, well, he just played Evolving Wilds for a mountain.
We'll be playing 8 rounds.
Also, he will be able to use that Deathrite Shaman to take out his own Evolving Wilds if he chooses for the mana.
Yeah, if he really needs a mana, he can do that. I definitely like that Deathrite Shaman on the black ability.
Yes.
Just to get Rob closer to dead.
Okay, so he's going to swing through.
So, those without rings on
They will
the tables,
trade.
We don't
Okay,
want
trade
the
Thragtusk.
process of
Rob goes down to 12.
Get us
They
big.
both get their 3/3 beast tokens out there.
Hey, English is
Alright.
hard, you know. In a minute,
Alright.
we will be collecting your deck list.
4
Right
mana.
now, I need you to
There's
mark
Olivia.
the
That's
table
quite
numbers
impressive. That
sitting on the top
Rob
left
should be at 12 life, 10
corner
life
of your
after
deck
Deathrite Shaman activation, more than likely.
Okay, there's a mulch. He's got mulch, Dreadbore, Angel, and I believe
16 and 15.
land.
Make sure you're using only full card names. No
Can't
two-faced
that can't
names.
cast
Take a
Dreadbore.
minute to make sure your deck
He only
list
has
is
one
legal.
black mana for Dreadbore, if that is in fact a Grizzly Salvage, but no, that's a Woodland Cemetery.
Okay.
So that's a second black mana source. So basically, Rob has to decide what kind of things he can afford to beat, what can he afford to play around. He can't afford to play around very much. He needs to. He's want to see if he can Dreadbore the Deathrite Shaman. That would be his ideal play, but I don't think he can. I think he has to Dreadbore the Olivia.
Yeah.
Hope that Harrison does not have a removal spell for the beast, and mulch away.
Okay. Dreadbore exchanges itself for Olivia. Here's mulch.
Mulch needs to hit a land. Okay. Well,
On burial
that'll-
rates.
yeah. I mean that's gonna get removed.
Yeah.
So, but it definitely needed to hit lands because
for both players.
Rob needs to.
Remember that when in doubt, The best goal is
Rob needs to play
always go
7th land, and
against.
especially, like, he
You're
needs to
here
play
to
a
help.
white land this turn. No, he does not need to play a white land
No.
this turn. He has 3 in
Everyone,
play.
please stay seated.
So if
We
Harrison has a
don't
removal
have
spell, he's going to be our
players out
champion.
yet, so
I
please
believe
stay
Harrison's going to
seated
remove
for
the
the
Unburial
meetings.
rights. Yeah.
All right.
That takes Rob to 10. And Harrison actually has 10 points in play. He's got to get through the beast token,
Okay,
but
we are having
if he can do that, he'll be a
minor
champion.
problem with the
If he can do that this
players,
turn.
This turn, yes, yes.
momentarily. I hope you all have a great
Other things that will
enjoy
work
the
are
day and
Zell's
have
Conscripts,
fun.
Thundermaw,
Patrons
Hellkite,
will be out in a few minutes. Thank you very
Kessig
much.
Wolfrun.
Yeah, Kessig Wolfrun would say
Be lethal again. So quite a wide range of cards for Harrison actually wins him this match. But I actually think if Rob can survive the turn, his Angel of Serenity is going to take over. Just hard cast from the hand. Just get to 7. Do it limited style.
We're supposed to cast Angel Serenity for its actual cost. We're not supposed
You're
to
allowed to.
reanimate it? Wow.
You're allowed to.
I thought Angel Serenity said put in graveyard, play with burial rights for 3 or 4. Yeah, it's the first thing I saw that card. I said, wow, how am I ever going to be able to cast that normally? And
7. I mean, it's the same cost as Elish Norn.
yeah,
So, plenty of people cast Elish Norn, but it's nice to have the ability to cheat it into play. You see a nice little crowd gathering behind Rob. Oh, jeez. Harrison. Oh, wow. Okay. So, Harrison has a removal spell, but it is the worst removal spell he can have. Sever the Bloodline gets his own beast token, too. And Harrison's going to be able to do that and get back. I believe it's going to be his Thragtusk. He can.
well, he could risk, since he's already got 7 mana. Does he think he's going to get 8 for the Behemoth?
Okay.
But he's going to.
Well, what's going to happen is that Harrison's going to remove the Thragtusk from Rob's graveyard.
Yes.
So that Rob cannot get it back if he can. When he flashes back the Sever the Bloodline
Yeah.
on the Angel, he'll get his creatures back. Oh, wow. Did Harrison not put a beast into play?
No.
Oh, jeez. That's a huge one. So, Rob Angel Serenity Harrison's Thragtusk,
Yes.
and Harrison did not put a beast into play. Under the new trigger guidelines, if you forget, you forget.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's right. That's now under effect right now. Yeah, it's not up to you. It's not up to your opponent to be able to tell you that.
Yeah, Rob does not have to point it out. If it is revealed later in the game, it's Rob's option if he wants to put it on the stack right away.
Oh.
And a little mini earthquake going on. It's probably got a few too many watchers getting a little too close to the camera.
Well, it is the finals. I mean, people are excited.
Yeah.
People are just starting right now to get pair 1 pairings up for Legacy.
I believe Harrison might have cost himself this game with his missed beast trigger, because this would definitely, if he still had the beast in play, this game would be over.
Okay, passes back.
All right, so blue Thragtusk for Harrison. Gains of 5 life, not really what he's into. He wants the 5-power creature.
Well, 1 Thundermaw Hellkite, especially with him at 5, that could do it.
At almost any point in this game, yeah, Rob can play Thundermaw. Harrison can play a Thundermaw Hellkite, and Rob concedes on the spot, basically. All right, so Flashback Faithless leading for Rob. He has an Unburial Rights in hand, so if he can find a large creature or even a Thragtusk, it would be very nice.
Okay,
Apparently there wasn't. I'm almost positive there was a second Faithless leading in play, but
there's the Behemoth.
just a Behemoth.
Just a
defensive-
Behemoth.
I mean, it's just a 5. It's actually
know.
not very good. Usually you need some friends.
Yeah. Faithless looting, something like that might give him a couple of friends to go with it.
Yeah, it only trades with the threat test, and it has to. This game is quite tense.
There it is.
Yeah,
Beast
this
token.
is a key rune.
Yes,
Jeez.
it is.
That's lethal in play. Rob has a single draw. Or else, yep.
Land.
Should do it. Oh no, Unburied Rights is going to flashback. So, but yeah, Rob officially out of things to do. Also, Harrison doesn't have much himself, but
Well, if he does choose the swing in, I mean, yes, he'll lose one of his 2 creatures, probably the key ruin, but he will knock him to 2.
yeah. Thing is, there's not much difference between 2 and 5.
Yeah.
Robin definitely wants
There's
a
a
lethal
mulch.
attacker.
That'll help. Let's see if
Maybe.
we can hit something here off the mulch. Thragtusk. Vault of the Archangels.
Vault of the Archangels, very good.
Centaur Healer.
Unfortunately for Rob, he is out of Unburied Rights. He put 2 of his better cards in the graveyard there with Centaur Healer and Thragtusk.
Yeah, even the Centaur Healer would have allowed
Centaur
him
Healer is fantastic.
to stabilize right now.
But
get
this
him back
Vault
to
of the
three.
Archangel is very, very good. I don't think you can attack. He'd be trading 5 damage for
6.
or 5 life for 6 life. Yeah.
Round 1, you have 50 minutes. You may begin.
All right. So yeah.
Ooh.
Never mind. He wants to get in. This what this does do is knock Harrison down, his life total down a little bit. Not a huge issue.
But if you're Harrison, you just
But
take the 5.
If you're Harrison, I would definitely trade 5 life for effectively 1 life.
Yeah, don't block here. Just let it go through. Sure.
Vault of the Archangel brings Rob up to 10. We're still in a thing where any impressive spell wins the game for Harrison on the spot.
Okay, Blood Crypt comes into play. He will swing, activate the key run, take Rob down to 4.
Yeah, it looks like Harrison, once again, very mana flooded. That's a draw.
That'll be a fun turn here to see what he can do with this. Yes, he will play.
Let's see how much, how many mana we've got.
Yeah,
5.
he's starting to count that up already right now.
Yep. Okay, so wow, this is awesome for Rob. Okay, what he can do, he can play Olivia.
Yes.
Activate Vault of the Archangel. Give Olivia Death Touch. Shoot the beast. He'll gain a life. Put a counter on Olivia, and then this that brings him with a 5. Behemoth brings him with 10, and we're pretty much looking at Zealous Conscripts now. Fantastic draw for Rob. Maybe even the second Olivia doesn't really do much. But yeah, Rob at 10.
Looks like he is, like you said, I guess he's drawing more land. Unfortunately, not what he's looking for here.
Yeah, I mean that's the risk of playing one of these mid-range decks. You need a normal amount of mana. Yeah, Farseek, basically a land. Yeah, you play a lot of mana sources, and the ones past maybe 7 or so are very poor. Not a lot of ways to use extra mana for Harrison.
Yeah, outside of the Keswick Wolf Run, but we haven't seen it yet. So he's now up to 5, 8, 12 mana. Obviously, he can activate the key rune, but right now he's staring Olivia and Craterhoof Behemoth. Now, and next turn when he can activate the Vault of the Archangel again, with those 2, he'll be able to go up even more life.
So I think this hit's going to put it away for
Thragtusk.
for Rob.
Let's just add a few more things to the party. But like I said, I think he's on strictly the Vault of the Archangel gain life plan. And then if he does, for some reason, would activate the key rune, which he won't, he can shoot it. And now the Thragtusk comes down. So Rob will go up 9-14 life, I believe. Correct? Olivia's at 4, 5 with Crater Hoof, and yeah, 5 for that, yeah.
So Rob's out of range. Harrison's gonna have to go back into attrition mode. Doesn't look like he's going to have the cards to do so either. One start would be to kill Olivia.
Yeah, Olivia's got
That
it.
would allow the key rune to block the Thragtusk, but then you still have the Crater Hoof Behemoth. He hits it. There's nothing in Rob's graveyard. It's pretty empty. Alright, so Mizium Mortars. Alright, so that's actually much better than could be. I'm surprised it was in Harrison's deck, to be honest, but pretty good there. Was definitely able to take out an Olivia and a.
He has 2 Mizium Mortars in his main deck here.
Yep, so the colorless land in Rob Vaca's 4-color deck, doing a good amount of work as Rob's drawing Thragtusks pretty good.
Yeah, now he's up to 29 life. The Behemoth is...
And Harrison had like 3 or 4 turns to close the game out, but just drew lands for all those turns, and like looks like he's on the short end of the stick once again. Rob drawing pretty much all spells.
2 Unburial Rites. Yeah.
I believe that's going to be lethal. Restoration Angel blinks Crater Hoof Behemoth, and that's going to end the game.
No, that's... Oh,
Olivia Volduran,
okay.
and then...
Okay,
Yeah,
gets a concession.
He knows what's up.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, congratulations to
Yeah.
Rob, who
Rob,
had
Sigh
Rob
of
Vaca.
relief. Harrison still got a smile on his face. I like.
Rob was on the ropes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally was